When I was voluntold to come do this, it was a small crowd, no cameras, very intimate here in Shelter B. I didn't know it was going to be the equivalent of Woodstock. Thank you very much for everybody that's coming out. You know, I showed up an hour early and there was already cars backed out up at the front gate. It's truly an honor to be here today. But also thank you to our young Marines, our Sea Cadets, our Civil Air Patrol, you know, everybody that's participated in this. Those people are our future. Also, all the volunteers, the staff here at Fort Logan, you guys do such an amazing job. I know Patriot Guard riders, I'm going to miss some people, but you know, just thank you for everybody that came out. To the Gold Star families, you and your service members are forever in our hearts. And please don't look at me because you're going to make me cry again. Yeah, it's really hot. My eyes are sweating. No, thank you for your service and your sacrifice. You're not forgotten. During this time of year, many religions around the world use light as a symbol of life, of knowledge, of the triumph of good over evil. Light conquers darkness, and we are called to share this light. Let today be a celebration of the light these heroes laid to rest around us, brought to the world. Let today also be the day we honor those brave young souls who step forward to stoke the flames of freedom every day and defend a way of life that is envied around the world. I'm both humbled and honored to be here today to share in this celebration of light, hope, remembrance, thanksgiving, and triumph of good over evil. On November 11th of this year, we remembered the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the guns fell silent. That day and every day since has reminded us that we do not own the deed to liberty. We only possess a temporary lease, and it needs to be constantly renewed, often at great cost in blood and treasure, as witnessed by the over 125,000 veterans that are laid around us today. Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodline. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down for them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our twilight years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like to be free in the United States. How do we renew this lease on liberty? Just as the mission of Wreaths Across America states, we remember the fallen, we honor those who serve, and we teach the value and fragility of freedom. Gold Star families and friends, tell the stories, not of how your loved one died, but how they lived, how they served and loved. Share their light. Service members and veterans, go out and cultivate that spirit of venture, patriotism, and service in our young people that motivated you to step forward to answer your calling. You might find it therapeutic to share the stories of sacrifice, of triumph over adversity, and those friends and bonds that will never be broken. For those young Americans are our future. We owe it to those who never returned to share those stories and to let the families of the fallen know you will not be forgotten. Share their light, love, and dreams of the future. Today, we honor all veterans, those who fought in the most violent and famous battles of all time, and those who never deployed or served in a combat zone. All of you, your service mattered then, and it matters now. Be proud that you are among the less than 0.5% that has ever served in uniform and answered that high calling. This year's Wreaths Across America theme is Be Their Witness. In other words, tell their story, share their light. Today, I want to share a story of a young man that never came home. Martin A. Treptow, a barber in peacetime, he enlisted in the Iowa National Guard in 1917. He soon found himself as part of the 42nd Infantry Division, known as the Rainbow Division. In July of 1918, the 42nd was committed to battle against the Germans in the Battle of the Marne. Despite heavy gunfire and bombardment, the 42nd took its objectives. During the assault,